Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today we are going to talk about a new regulation that was given by Department of Labor on January 15th, 2021 that requires the secondary employer, which is the end client for an H-1B applicant, to also submit an LCA with the Department of Labor. So if you're interested in this topic, watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, please hire a competent immigration lawyer. Now there have been some changes that are coming in for the H-1B program. In the previous video, I described the changes that are coming into the H-1B lottery system, how they are going to assess your H-1B application based on your salary more than anything else. So the higher the salary, the better your chances of getting an H-1B. Now the outgoing administration is still not done with H-1B visas. So they have come out with another regulation. This time it is from the Department of Labor. What it says is, if an employee on H-1B is in situation of employer-client relationship, say for instance you are employed with a company but you are actually working for a third party. So basically if you are working for an end client, you are sitting at their location, you are actually reporting to the end client on a daily basis for your work. In that situation, now the Department of Labor wants the end client also to file an LCA for the individual. So let's look at what it actually says on the Department of Labor bulletin. So I'll leave the link for this one in the description below, but this is the letter from the United States Department of Labor. It came out on January the 15th of 2021. So this is kind of a memo that goes out and it explains H-1B program obligations for common law employers. Now there is a definition of common law that they have also specified, but in summary what it means is, if you are in a situation where there is a primary employer and the end client, so you are working on a payroll of a primary employer but you are actually working at the end client site for doing your day-to-day work, then this applies in that situation. So in a nutshell, in the introduction section itself you will see what the USCIS says. The USCIS final rule states that any entity that has an employment relationship with the H-1B worker as defined by the common law must file a petition. What that petition is LCA, which is Labor Condition Application. So it goes on to say, similarly OFLC guidance better implements the statutory and regulatory requirements that the LCAs must be filed by all H-1B petitioners. As a result, some of the H-1B workers will have multiple LCAs and petitions concurrently, and responsibility for H-1B program obligations will lie with all employers that file LCAs and petitions. Specifically, when a staffing or outsourcing company primary employer places an H-1B worker with another common law employer, here is the common law term, which is the secondary employer, which is also the end client, the INA and its regulations require both the primary employer being the one who holds your payroll, and the secondary employer, which is the client, to file an LCA with OFLC as well as file a petition with USCIS. This FAB provides further information on how these compliance principles apply in practice. So what they mean to say is, Department of Labor is saying that the statute was already clear about this. It's now the new interpretation that they are doing, that anywhere if an H-1B employer works at a certain client location, it's the obligation of the client to also file for an LCA. So as you can see, it goes into the background on the H-1B program and it explains how the statute is described, and it also gives an interpretation of their explanation of why this has to be implemented. It says that it is to protect American jobs, it is to ensure that any H-1B program coming in or any H-1B applicant coming in is following the law. Now this is going to impact a lot of people. There are a lot of consulting companies such as Indian consulting companies, as well as some big corporations such as IBM, Wipro, TCS, Infosys and so on. They hire thousands and thousands of H-1B employees. Now typically their business is with the end client. So they provide consultancy services to the end clients. So there are hardly any people in those companies that are working directly for them. They're typically stationed at the end client who is availing the services from these consultantly. So a lot of people are going to be impacted by this. More so than the employees, it will be the employer's responsibility to follow this law. Now let's look at the OFLC letter, the Office of Foreign Labor Certification letter. That is also a secondary letter that you can read through, and I will put the link in the description for you as well. Now this is the letter from the Department of Labor, OFLC, which is Office of Foreign Labor Certification, that came out on January 15th, 2021. It also goes on to say H1B program bulletin clarifying filing requirements for LCA by secondary employers. There is a lot of statutory language in this letter that you can read through, but what it specifies is this approach is consistent with the plain regulatory requirement for each employer to file a petition. So as you can see, this means if you are in a situation where you are working for a consultancy company for a third party client, you will have multiple LCAs. Now this was not a requirement in the past, but this is going to be coming up. Now they are giving 180 days to implement this. So it's not going to be effective immediately. It is going to be implemented by July 14th of 2021. So which is 180 days from January 15th. Now the end client employers will have to be ready with filing a LCA petition for any H1B candidates that are working at their location. So this 180 days period will give them enough time to prepare an application and start complying with this new regulation. Now here's the thing, we have a lot of changes coming in. We have the new administration coming in on January 28th of 2021, which is just 2 days from now. Now there are going to be a lot of entities, including the Indian government, as I see in the news, that is going to request the new administration to retract these H1B changes because they are detrimental to not only the employees but also the employers. So expect to see a lot of challenges in implementing this rule. Now the current administration will not have much of a leverage once the new administration comes in. So it remains to be seen what the Biden administration does with these H1B changes. Now remember, here's the thing, they have a lot on their plate. There is going to be the impeachment trial in the Senate that they have to go through. On day one, there is going to be a lot of executive orders that the Biden administration is going to be focusing on. In addition to that, there is that $1.9 trillion stimulus package that they have to get through the Congress. Now it remains to be seen whether or not this H1B regulation changes are going to be on the top priority of the administration. I hope it is, but if not, there might be a delay in retracting these rules even though the new administration comes into power in 2 days. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that I can notify you if there are any changes, further changes coming in. Now just to summarize, what this letter says is the secondary employer, which is your end client, is going to have to file your LCA. And then the other thing to note is this is not effective immediately. It is effective July 14th of 2021. This is in addition to the previous changes for H1B which had to do with the salary and LCA requirements. If you have any more questions regarding this rule, please post your comments down below and I'll be sure to address them. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.